Namaste, good evening, and welcome everyone to yoga class dedicated to increasing our Oja. Let's begin with prayers, begin with surrender, begin with receptivity. So go ahead and sit in a comfortable position. You can sit on a blanket or a pillow or a bolster. Your palms together at your heart center. We will begin with 3 Om chants and then salutations to Lord Patanjali, Sage Patanjali, and then we will sing Gayatri Mantra and Shanti Mantra. You're all welcome to join me. Begin with a deep inhale. Om Shri Patanjalaya Namaha. Om Shri Patanjalaya Namaha. Om Shri Patanjalaya Namaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Asito Ma Sadigamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bow your forehead down towards your fingertips, filling your heart with gratitude for this practice, this moment, for the health in the body and mind that allows us to practice, for the wisdom that has come to us from centuries. The great sages, the seers have left it for us so we can partake of that wisdom and improve our lives. What blessings. Go ahead, bring your head up to the neutral position, sitting tall, spine is nice and long, Sit bones are nicely grounded on your blanket or on your mat. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed as you bring your arms to your sides with your palms facing up. Elbows are bent. And just allow your palms to become receptacles of whatever blessings universe wants to put in your patra, in your vessel. Keep your attention focused at the center of your palm, which is a powerful energy center. And let that be in communication with the universe, bringing you health, bringing you healing, bringing you Ojas. Notice the vibration, the palpation in the center of your palm. Go ahead and slowly start to bring your hands towards each other. Palms are still facing towards the sky. Bring your little fingers together in Anjali Mudra. Go ahead, bow your forehead down towards your blessings, towards whatever it was that was given to you by the universe. Accepting in gratitude, in trust, in faith. And then go ahead, bring your palms together to preserve the blessing. Bring your fingertips towards your forehead and forehead towards your fingertips, letting your fingertips touch your third eye center. And then whenever you're ready, lift your head away. Bring your hands down to your knees. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Once again, welcome everyone. We will begin our practice. Just want to make sure that you have the props that you will be needing for today's practice. You will need 2 toilet paper rolls, and that was something that I had mentioned earlier. And if you care to use these toilet paper rolls later on, then I would suggest wrap these up with saran wrap. So mine are nicely wrapped up. There is no contact with anything from those toilet papers. You will also need a chair. A folding chair is a great prop to have. If you don't have a folding chair, a dining chair would be fine. Try not to use a chair with wheels underneath because I don't want it to move around as you're practicing. Also, a dining chair with arms on the side will not work, so make sure there are no arms on your chair. And a blanket, that is what I like to use for sitting on. So here is a folded blanket, and I'm sitting on the blanket as we begin our practice. So I hope you have all the props, and we will begin now. So hope everyone is feeling great and is excited about today's practice. So with the current situation, I thought it's very important for us to be aware of this essential essence in our body that yoga and Ayurveda talk about, and would be good to pay attention to under these circumstances. So the the essence, the star of our being is called Oj. So there are three things. There is Pran, there is Tej, and then there is Oj. So you have all heard about Pran. So Pran is the life force. Prana is what you hear people saying. So Pran is the life force. Tej is the inner radiance. When people have a lot of glow on their face, it is said they have a lot of Tej. And then Oj is essence of everything. Pran and Tej are established in Oj. When you have good Oj, all the tissues, all the dhatus in the body are nourished. Your mind is settled. Your body is in harmony. Your mind is in harmony. Actually, you are in a state of union, a state of yoga. So that is what your Ojas is. Oj is. So today's practice, we're going to focus on prana. We are going to focus on teja, and we are also going to focus on Oj, because when we are doing right things for our prana and our tej, then Oj improves. And one key element to improve our Oj is to have a sattvic lifestyle, a clean lifestyle. Sattvic foods, nice fresh foods, and having more of sattvic lifestyle, having proper diet, lifestyle, achar, and vihar. So even the thoughts are important to have sattva in the body, which helps with the oja. And when we have good oja, we have good vigor, we are able to fight successfully any challenges that we experience in the physical world. Those challenges could be physical, those challenges could be emotional or mental, and those challenges could also be spiritual. We are established, we are centered when our Oj is good. So let's begin our practice. Hope you have all the props that I would be using in today's class. So let's begin with in a seated pose, and I would invite you to look at the cross of your ankles and check to see which ankle is on the top, and that's how you have been sitting for a while. So I want you to change that and bring your other ankle on top. So my right ankle is now on top and left ankle is on bottom. So I'm going to take my shawl and put it away. So go ahead, everyone, grab your lovely toilet paper rolls. Place one toilet paper roll on your left, by your left knee, and place the other toilet paper roll by your right knee. So I want you to be aware of the length in your spine. Lift and lengthen. There is no sinking in your lumbar spine as you sit tall. There is no hanging, no rounding in your lower abdominal area. So go ahead, roll your shoulders back. We'll do some stretches and then we'll do pranayama, because it's nice to open up your rib cage before you practice pranayama. The improvement in your lung capacity is important for a successful pranayama practice, or a more beneficial pranayama practice. So go ahead, sit tall, reach your right arm away, press your hand on the toilet paper roll. And once you have extended like this and your left hand is still resting on the toilet paper roll, making sure your left knee and left hip are in alignment. At this point, I want you to pay close attention to your front ribs and lift and lengthen out of the front ribs. So you're not here, you are here. Roll those shoulder blades back, reach that right arm further away. Keep your left hand or fingertips of your left hand on the toilet paper roll on your left side. Align your right knee over your right shoulder. And it is very important to breathe normal here. It is very important to keep your mouth relaxed. One more deep inhale and deep exhale. With your next inhale, go ahead, bring that right arm back to the right hip. With your next exhale, go ahead, move your left arm away. Keep your left fingertips on the toilet paper roll. Right hand is resting on the right. Fingertips lift and lengthen. So this is where the stretch is. You need to have a nice, so it's almost like you're doing cow pose while you're here. So your ribs are not rounded and sinking, and you're not doing this, you're doing this. Open up, align your left ear over your left shoulder. So you have the toilet paper rolls to bring alignment to your spine, to alignment to your stretch, but you don't want to put weight on them. Descend your right hip down, right knee down as you hold the pose, keeping your face relaxed. Another deep inhale. Another deep exhale. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, inhale back to the center. Take deep inhales, deep exhales. You're going to go into a forward bend, so go ahead, placing your hands on the toilet paper rolls, extend your arms behind you. So move the toilet paper rolls back. Hands are touching the toilet paper roll, so there is no rounding in your chest, no rounding in your torso. Lengthen through your front body, squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other, and reach down towards the floor through your chin. Sit tall, lengthen through your spine, giving yourself a nice stretch. And if anybody's knee hurts in this pose, or floor is too hard under your shins, then back off. Remember, it is your practice. Good thing about doing virtual classes is that you don't see what others are doing and you are more inverted as you practice. And that is very, very important in any yoga class. Whenever you're ready, inhale, come back up to the center. And then again, look at the cross of your ankles. My right ankle is on top, so I'm going to change that and have my left ankle on top. This time, I want you to bring both the toilet paper rolls to, diagonally from your right knee. And go ahead and twist towards the right knee. Reach both the toilet papers away from you as far as you can. So when I am here, I also want to have good alignment. So I want to square my shoulders in relation to the two toilet papers, and my left hip wants to come up. So I want to keep that left hip grounded and down, both hands gently resting on the toilet paper rolls. And extension again in my front body. Think of cow pose, the stretch you do. Bring that cow pose in your torso now. Imagine yourself on your hands and knees in tabletop position and inhale into cow pose. Move your toilet paper rolls even further away. The goal is not to drop the head to the floor. The goal is to create extension. Bring your right shoulder back, bring your left shoulder slightly forward to get a nice stretch in your left QL, the muscle called quadratus lumborum. And that is helpful for people with back pain to stretch that area. So go ahead with your next inhale, walk those things towards you, and then exhale, twist towards the left, placing those toilet paper rolls diagonal from your left knee. Reach away and reach away. Again, descend your right hip down, don't let it roll up, and then lengthen through your torso. Bring your left shoulder back and right shoulder slightly forward, and bring cow pose back into your spine. So you are getting a nice stretch on the left side of your, on the right side of your torso. Whenever you're ready, with your next inhale, come back up to the center. And there you are. Beautiful. So the next pose, I invite you to extend your legs away from each other. Flex your feet. So Prasarit Pad or Upavishta Konasana. Feet are flexed. Knees are straight. Back is nice and long and straight. However, if your back doesn't like that, you're welcome to bend your knees a little bit, but keep your feet flexed. Back is nice and long and straight as you sustain that pose. We're going to go back into a forward bend here. Move the toilet paper rolls behind you and then lean forward. So anytime you're doing a forward bend, pay attention to your front body, making sure you don't collapse your front body. Forward bends extend or stretch the back body. That's no big deal. That is what a forward bend does. What is the big deal is the awareness of the front body. So extend, roll those shoulder blades towards each other as you keep your fingertips on the toilet paper rolls and come down another 2 inches. Those of you who can keep their knees straight, go ahead, keep your knees straight, feet flexed, and come down few more inches. Extension from your lower abdomen to your sternum. Anytime you're ready, inhale, come back up. And then cross your ankles again. This time you're going to go into a twist. So you're going to bring your toilet paper rolls again in alignment with your right knee. You're going to move your toilet paper rolls forward. So you're doing what you did a few minutes ago. And from here, I'm going to scoot back so you guys can see me. I'm going to, from here, what I want you to do is to place your right hand on the floor by your right hip, and then place your left hand on the toilet paper roll, which was on the right. There you go. And then go ahead and twist deeper and deeper towards the right side as you are in a forward bend. You can move the toilet paper roll further away. And all through this practice, make sure that you're not dumping your body weight into those toilet paper rolls. Using a block can serve the purpose, but blocks are hard and you can press into them. When you don't press into your support, you are actually able to go deeper into the pose and engage your core. Beautiful twist. On your next exhale, come back to the center. Place both of your hands on both the toilet paper rolls and extend, going forward. And if you have back pain, I want you to stay there. Even if you have back fatigue, I want you to stay right there. However, if you want to challenge your core, And core is really important. The strength in the core is the essence of page, of Oj. So go ahead and remove your hands from the toilet paper rolls and just stay here. So your body is leaning against the force of gravity towards the right side. And it requires tremendous amount of core strength. Once again, release your hands to your toilet paper rolls or your blocks or floor if this is too challenging for you. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Don't tense up your jaws. Anytime you're ready, inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, untwist back towards the center. And then lower your hands down to your sides and just take a moment to absorb the effect of that pose, the effect of that twist. Beautiful. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, open your eyes, place both the toilet paper rolls by your left knee. Stretch forward. I have my back towards the camera now so you can see me from the back. So you're going to twist towards the left, both hands resting on the toilet paper rolls. Right hip is grounded, rotation towards the left side. Move the blocks or the toilet paper rolls further away. And then place your right hand on the left toilet paper roll. Left hand, just the fingertips touching on the floor so you can actually work your shoulder. So go ahead, lengthen your spine, then bring your left shoulder blade in towards the spine to create that nice deep twist. Your ribs, each and every rib should feel it. Stretching the muscles in between each rib, your intercostal muscles. The lung capacity is tremendous. We use very little lung capacity. It's 4 to 5 liters. We use only like 0.5 liters, 500 cc. So lungs have a lot of capacity. And when we do stretches, side stretches, we open up our body to receive more prana. And this is just basic practice to open up our body, our mind, our spirit to receive that life force, that prana. Anytime you're ready, untwist, place both of your hands on the toilet paper rolls, and with caution, either stay here, keeping your right hip grounded, hands resting on the toilet paper rolls, or lift your arms up, bring your arms close to your ears. Continue to press your right hip down. Continue to stretch through your front body, your rib cage. Breathe. Breathe. Soften your face, neck and shoulders. Anytime you need to come out of the pose, please do. Challenge yourself one more time. Lengthen, pull back. Ground through your right hip, through your left hip. Anytime you're ready, inhale, come up to the center. Exhale, untwist. Lower your hands down to the floor. Bring your hands behind you, touching the floor with your fingertips. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. Bend your elbows. Open up your heart to receive directly from the universe. We are so blessed. Mother Earth is full of gifts for us. Every day, I eat so many colorful vegetables and fruits. What a blessing. I take it all for granted every single day. Come back to the center, drop your chin down towards your throat, coming into Jalandhar Bandha. Pressing your chin into the notch in your throat. Anytime you're ready, on your inhale, go ahead and come up. Just take a moment, let your body settle here. And we'll begin our pranayama practice. And we'll do a pranayama practice that actually works on the core. And I have a beautiful instrument here, hourglass, and it's for 3 minutes. And we are going to do the practice for 3 minutes for each of the pranayama practices. So the first one that I would like to do, hopefully you guys have not eaten a big meal before the class, or even a small meal before the class. So if you have, then just pay attention to your breath and take long inhales and long exhales. If anyone is pregnant, this is not recommended. If anyone feels lightheaded or feels like a rush of blood to their head, then you need to pause. If anyone has glaucoma, you need to pause. And the practice is Kapalbhati, more popularly known as Kapalbhati, but in here in Samhita, it is also called Palbhati. So go ahead. This is the practice. Inhalation is passive, exhalation is active. You can do as many exhales as you're comfortable with, and then pause and take a deep inhale and deep exhale. So this is where we begin our practice for 3 minutes. I flipped it over. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin. Anyone who's choosing to not to do that, please take deep inhales, inhaling to the count of 9 and exhaling to the count of 9, or do this one. And you can continue taking breaks as and when needed. If your mouth is dry, go ahead and rotate your tongue in your mouth and swallow, and then begin your practice again. And continue on. Whenever you're ready to pause, go ahead and pause. And just notice the impact of that on your whole body, on your mind. Kapalbhati is a pranayam that is beneficial for all the 7 tissues, the saptadhatus in the body. All the 7 tissues make the body: rasa, rakta, mamsa, meda, majja, asti, and shukra. So we'll continue our Kapalbhati practice, but this time we will bring movement into that practice. So you're going to hold your hands right here by your shoulders, and then you're going to go ahead and extend your arms out. You're going to do this and this. So inhale out. And if you don't want to do the Kapalbhati pranayam because for whatever reason it doesn't agree with you, then you are welcome to just move your arms on inhalation out and on exhalation in. And we'll do that for 30 more seconds. And then when you're ready, go ahead and pause. And once again, if mouth feels dry, rotate your tongue in your mouth and swallow. Take deep inhales, deep exhales. Notice how your body feels. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the state of your nervous system here. In Kapalbhati, we are exhaling constantly. Inhalation is for sympathetic nervous system, and exhalation is for parasympathetic system. So when you are exhaling, you are kicking your parasympathetic nervous system. I had a student who would always yawn after doing Kapalbhati pranayama. She just felt so relaxed. And that is what most people experience. They feel a calming down of the nervous system. It is the same thing as when you eat, your parasympathetic nervous system is kicking on so that digestion can happen. Kapalbhati is digesting and absorbing for all the dhatus, all the tissues, the saptadhatus in the body, to increase the prana, to increase the teja, to increase the ojas. This is the essence. So the second pranayam that I would like to teach today is Ujjayi pranayam, and then we will begin our asana practice to increase our teja, the inner radiance. So Ujjayi breath, you're partially closing your glottis and inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, making that soft sound as if you're trying to fog a mirror. Some people have also called it Darth Vader breathing. Continue on with that practice for a few more seconds, inhaling, making that Darth Vader sound, breathing sound from your throat, by partially closing the glottis, inhaling and exhaling the same way, activating the thyroid. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, finish your exhale. Close your eyes for a few moments. Notice the quality of your mind here. Again, what a blessing. My heart fills with gratitude for all these blessings. And as we now move into our asana practice, we are going to continue with our Ujjayi breathing throughout our asana practice. So at this time, I invite you to move your blanket out of the way and go ahead and lie down on your back. So go ahead, lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chest, hug your knees. We have been sitting for some time, so it's nice to ground your back after all that sitting. Go ahead, roll from side to side, ground your lower back, make circles with your lower back on the floor, going clockwise and then going counterclockwise. And what we are going to do next can be challenging on your back. So again, if you have back issues, this may not work for you. So I do not want you to strain yourself. Please use your wisdom, use the feedback from your body. And your body's feedback comes through pain. Listen to yourself. So you're going to, just watch me here, you're going to grab your big toes, your ankles are crossed, your hands are not. And then you're going to roll up into a seated position, then remove your hands from your ankles and come into a standing pose. Once you are standing, I want you to come back down into seated. Your ankles remain crossed. Grab your big toes and do the same thing again. And come up. So we'll do 3 times on each side, which means right now my right ankle is in the front. And this is the 3rd time, and I come up. And then I go back down, change the cross of my ankles, grab my big toes, roll back, and roll up again into seated position. So go ahead, continue trying that. Sit down. I hope you guys are having fun with that. Extend, roll back up, place your feet on the ground. You can take your time coming up into standing. Don't have to rush. And then come back, grab your big toes, extend, and come up and into standing. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that sequence. That's lovely lightness in the body. So we are going to begin with our practice, and we will be using chair for this part of our practice. So I would like you to place your chair at the top of your mat. Stand towards the middle of your mat. Stand in mountain pose. Separate your heels, so your pigeon toe, toeing your feet. Balance your body, balance your pelvis. Take a deep Ujjayi breath, inhaling, and a deep Ujjayi exhale, folding forward from your hips. Use your hands to bring that fold in the crease of your legs. Place both of your hands on the edge of the chair seat and then pull away through your sit bones. Let your head hang between your arms. Continue to stretch through your arms, through your torso, and through the backs of your legs. Your hamstrings are receiving a nice stretch. For those of you for whom this is hard because hamstrings are tight, go ahead, bend your knees, rest your belly on your thighs, and you're still receiving a ton of stretch in your torso, in your armpits, activating your lymphatic system here. Remember, lymphatic system doesn't have a pumping mechanism like our heart. So we have to stretch to keep our lymphatic system moving. Anytime you're ready, with your next Ujjayi inhale, come back up. Look up and back, Urdhva Hastasana. And on your exhale, hands to your heart center in prayer. Let's do that one more time. Begin by placing your hands on your hips. Balance in your pelvis. So don't have this, don't have this. Neutral pelvis. Inhale Ujjayi, exhale, fold forward. Fingertips are going to rest on the chair seat. Part your hands, don't have your hands touching. Have your hands apart. And then once you have that stretch, align your ears between your arms. Reach back away from your sit bones. And then go ahead. This time, give yourself more joy. Lift all 10 toes off the floor and sustain that pose. If you need to bend your knees, please do. Do not strain your lower back. Although having your hands on the chair gives you so much extension in your side body, really opens up the space in your armpits. Wonderful place to really activate, to stimulate. Whenever you're ready, with your next Ujjayi breath, go ahead, lift up, look towards the chair seat, step your right foot forward under the chair, and then align your right knee with the edge of the chair. Now move your left leg back, and left heel remains off the floor, and you are in lunge position with your hands resting on the chair. So again, a beautiful opportunity for good alignment. Left leg is away and you have support, so you don't have to struggle with balance here. So right knee is touching the edge of the chair. You can move your right foot towards the left leg of your chair. And breathe here. A couple of deep Ujjayi inhales and exhales. Descend your shoulders, widen through your chest. On your next exhale, whenever that is, go ahead, straightening your front leg, step back into half forward bend, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale, come up. Again, remember your Ujjayi breath. Step your left foot under the chair seat, extend through your right leg, both hands resting on the chair nicely. Right leg is extended back, right quads are engaged, right heel is away from the floor, but you want to reach the right heel down while your left knee and left ankle are in a straight line. So a lot of time when people are doing lunge, right knee or the front knee goes forward and heel comes away. And that's a bad alignment. This is good alignment, healthy alignment for your front knee. And having a chair for this pose helps with that. Descend your shoulders down, widen through your chest. Breathe. Soften your jaws. No rush. to get anywhere. There are 3 levels to a pose. You begin, you study, and you immerse. Arambha, Sthiti, and Visarjan. So most of the time we start it, we begin it, arambha it, and then we don't hold it too long. We're just like, okay, I'm done. So go ahead. Visarjan is over and you are back in a forward bend. Pigeon toe your feet, lift your toes up, bend your knees or keep your knees straight, engaging your quads, keeping your hands apart, arms apart, head is kind of, ears are aligned with your arms, and give yourself a nice stretch in your side body, in your armpits. Anytime you're ready, with your next Ujjayi, inhale, look towards the chair, step your feet closer to the chair, and come up into a standing. Beautiful. So now a little symmetrical stretch here, and it's a balancing challenge. I love this. So you have all done mountain pose probably a lot of times. So here is a mountain pose with the toilet paper roll, and I call it toilet paper on top of the mountain. That's the name of this pose. Okay, so you pigeon toe your feet, engage your quads, pelvis is neutral, all those actions, reaching your tailbone down, your drishti is straight forward, and you place the toilet paper roll on top of your head. And lower your hands down to your sides, and let's see if your toilet paper roll will stay on top of the mountain or descend down to the valleys. Okay, sometimes takes a little time to find the right spot. If you have soft, slippery hair, it's harder. If you're clean shaven, it can be a little bit easier with those bristles on top of your head. But if you shaved today, it might be hard. Standing tall, straight, and this is where I would like you to practice your Ujjayi again. What a beautiful way to begin your meditation practice. Bringing your attention to your Adhipata Marma, the Marma at the top of your head. Your spiritual center. One more deep inhale. One more deep Ujjayi exhale. Let's do a few more. Another deep Ujjayi inhale. You can keep your eyes open, or you can try doing this with your eyes closed. It just gets a little bit interesting. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, bring your feet closer to each other, and if you can keep the toilet paper still on top of your head, more power to you. And we are going to do a balancing pose. Actually, you will need a chair. So let's do that. So bring your chair next to you, and you're standing with your right leg next to the side of the chair. So go ahead and lift your left leg off the floor, planting your right foot firmly down onto the mat. So your left leg is up, left knee, left hip, and left ankle are in alignment. And from here, I want you to place your left hand on your left buttock and rotate towards the left side. So when you rotate to the left side, don't take your knee with you. Keep your right left knee pointing forward, and extend your left arm behind you. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. And another Ujjayi inhale. With your next exhale, come back to the center. Then whenever you're ready, release your leg back onto the floor and shake or walk or step your legs to release any tension you may have accumulated. So the next pose, you're going to balance on your left leg, place your right foot on the chair seat, and here is the challenge. Your left toes are facing forward, right toes are facing away from you, and you have all done this. So right knee is aligned with your right ankle, and I want you to kind of lean slightly forward so you get that stretch in your right inner thigh, and then come away. So kind of straighten, move your left leg away if you need to, and we'll do a few of these stretches to open up the hip, to strengthen the pelvic floor, and to work our core muscles. And then whenever you're ready, you can stop that. This is preparation for the poses that we will be doing in a few minutes. So move the chair over to your other side. So your left leg is close to the chair. Balance on your left. Lift your right leg off the floor. Align your left knee with your hip and left foot with your left knee. Place your right hand on your right glute. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale deeply. Hold on to the chair as you twist towards the right side. Twist, 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 twist. Keep your right knee pointing forward, and then extend your right arm behind you. So you are in a twist here. Don't take the right knee along with you. Breathe into the pose. Ujjayi inhale, Ujjayi exhale. One more time. A deep Ujjayi inhale and a deep Ujjayi exhale. And then slowly come back to the center. Release your foot to the floor. Place your left foot now on the chair seat. Move your right foot away and rotate your pelvis towards the center, away from your left knee, opening up the left inner thigh, working on your hip flexors here. So go ahead and kind of lean forward into your left foot and then lean away. So I need to move my right foot further back to get a little bit deeper stretch for me. Make sure your standing leg is not going into any hyperextension. So make sure your right quads are engaged. As you go forward, you might feel it in your right quad. You might feel it in your right hip flexors and left inner groin, maybe your sit bone. Okay, beautiful. And then from here, we're going to slowly come out of this pose. Place the left foot back on the floor. Shake your legs, walk your legs. So the next pose, you're all very familiar with that pose. It is called Warrior One. And we're going to do Warrior One, Warrior Two, and Warrior Three now. So remember, warriors are powerful, and we are working on our Tej now, the radiance. Warriors have that radiance, the glow. And that is that to get that glow, really have to work on our core also. And Warrior Three really works on our core. So you're going to do Warrior One on the chair. And I know probably you have all done Warrior One without the chair. So this is a different experience. So please do follow instructions. Ground through your left heel. Right foot is flat on the floor. You can also place a toilet paper roll under your right foot. The challenge will come to you when you cannot push your right foot firmly into the toilet paper. It has to be softly there. You will find your right thigh working like crazy. Your left leg is completely free from the chair. Right hip is on the chair seat. Your pelvis is squared towards your right side. And please do not crush that toilet paper. It is very precious. So go ahead with your next inhale. Lift your arms up. Look up. Bend back. Inhaling deeply, grounding through your back outer heel, lifting the toes on your back foot. Ujjayi inhales, Ujjayi exhales. Soften your front foot. On your next outgoing breath, go ahead, lower your hands down and look straight forward. And then go ahead and change sides. So you are going to practice that on your left side. Place the toilet paper roll under your left foot. Extend through your right leg. Left knee is bent over the left ankle. And right leg is completely free from the chair. And here my pelvis is facing this way. I need to turn around and have my pelvis facing that way. So my hips are squared, my pelvis is squared towards my left. With your next inhale, lift your arms, your heart, your drishti up. Look up. Make this a powerful pose in your core. Grounding through your back foot, back heel. Lift the toes on your back foot. Engage the entire inner leg on your back, on your right. Inhale deeply, lift your heart up, square your pelvis. Exhale, ground through your back heel. Keep your left foot soft. One more deep Ujjayi inhale. And with your next exhale, go ahead and slowly come out of the pose, putting your hands down and looking straight forward. And then from here, I'm going to, before we go into warrior two, I invite you to come into goddess pose. The yin in all of us. To do the goddess pose, come towards the front edge of your mat. Once you are there, go ahead, move your feet away from each other and have your toes pointing away. So you have done goddess pose a whole lot of times probably, but doing it on the chair opens up your outer hip, outer thigh, your glutes like nothing else. Okay, so now if you're tilted forward and your belly is kind of hanging forward, I want you to pull your belly back, descend your sit bones down towards the chair seat, and then lift and lengthen here. Beautiful. Go ahead, bring your arms out to the side. Let's stimulate our tongue, our throat, and our thyroid, and really bring health to that area. So go ahead, stick your tongue out. Inhale deeply, and then stick your tongue out. One more time, inhale deeply. With your exhale, stick your tongue out and sustain. Let the tongue at the back of your throat stretch. They say in the scriptures that a long tongue is a sign of health. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, sustain the pose with your mouth closed and continue to work on bringing your knees apart. And then anytime you're ready, go ahead with your next exhale, lower your hands down to your knees and walk your feet towards the center. Okay, so now I want you to hold the side of the chair seat. Place your right leg on top of the left. And then wrap your toes around your ankles. So your legs are in eagle pose. Okay, beautiful. So go ahead again, lift and lengthen. So think of your pelvis as a bowl. Think of your spine as a ladle that is standing in the middle of the bowl. So go ahead. They say when your spine is nice and long and straight, you actually again kick your parasympathetic tone. So sustain that, hold on to the side of the chair, and you're welcome to just stay here if this is challenging for you, or you lean forward with your shoulders squeezed together, with your upper arms rotating externally. So there is width from your right collarbone to your left collarbone, and from your left collarbone to your right collarbone. Just go as far as is comfortable for you. With your next incoming breath, go ahead, come back to the center. And this is the part that I love to teach. Lift your feet off the floor and sustain. So you're balancing on your sit bones. Your hands can rest and hold the side of the chair seat, or your arms can go out to the side and sustain that. And this is the pose where Arambha is easy. Sthiti and Visarjan are challenging. Hopefully your left hip is not screaming, because if it is screaming, I would like you to come down. Breathe. Again, engaging your core here. When I say engaging your core, it doesn't mean you stop breathing. It also doesn't mean you pull your belly back towards the spine. Go ahead, lower your hands down to your side, lower your foot down to the floor, uncross your legs and shake them. And let's do that on the other side. So your left leg goes on top of the right, and your left foot wraps around your right ankle. So you are in eagle legs again. So square your pelvis facing forward, hold on to the side bar of the chair and lean forward. If this is your tighter side, this is where you will feel more challenge on your top leg, on your left leg. Lean forward. As far as is comfortable for you, you can stay right here or go down. And if you don't need to hold on to the chair bar, you can extend your arms behind you, fingertips pointing far away from you, reaching towards the space behind you. Reaching forward with your heart, reaching back with your hands. Reaching towards the Purva and Paschim, the east and the west. Anytime you're ready, next incoming breath, come back up to the center, hold on to the side bars or the side of the chair, lift your foot off the floor and sustain, balancing on your sit bones. Again, if anyone's back is not happy here, you're welcome to keep your feet on the ground and just stay there. Use that state of Visarjan. Just immerse yourself in the pose. Challenge begins after the sthiti, after you're steady in the pose. That's where the pose begins. That's when you start practicing your Ujjayi breath. It's asana, it's posture. Posture is not movement, posture is posture. You hold it. Each posture is meditation. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, release your hands to the side of the chair, unwind your legs, lower your feet to the floor, and shake your legs. I'm going to invite you to stand for a few seconds and just move from side to side, and whatever tension you may have accumulated in your legs, release that. It's always good to start your pose with your muscles in a relaxed place than starting a pose quickly when your muscles haven't had time to relax. So we're going to do warrior two now on the right side. So right foot is going to be right in front, right knee is bent, and once again, use the toilet paper under your right foot. Keep your left leg completely free from your chair seat. So go ahead, rotate, pull your left hip back, and the rotation that you will receive, because your right sit bone is now pressed into the chair seat, the rotation you receive in your pelvis is something you never receive when you're doing this standing. This really forces you to open more through your inner thigh. And then extend your arms out, shoulder height. Your drishti goes towards your right hand. Back leg is grounded. Back foot is 45 degrees. Soften your face, neck, and shoulder. Make sure your left arm is also shoulder height, reaching forward through your drishti. Another deep inhale. Another deep ujjayi exhale. One more deep inhale and one more deep exhale. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, release your hands down, rotate your head towards the front, and come out of the pose. So hopefully your toilet paper looks pretty healthy even now. And then you're going to do that on the left side. So left knee is bent, left leg is resting on the chair seat, right leg is completely free. Left foot, if it is resting on the toilet paper, you'll feel a different stretch. You're not pushing your foot down, so you're really working your inner thigh more. So keeping your left knee in alignment with your left ankle, grounding through your right foot. So right foot is not pointing away like that. Right foot is not pointing forward. Right foot is at 45-degree angle where your heel is back. And that's where you feel the stretch in your inner thigh. Especially if you can ground through the heel, the outer heel of your right foot, you will have a greater joy here in this pose. Rotate your whole pelvis away from your right leg. Extend your arms out to the side, shoulder height. Your drishti goes towards your left hand. Soften your face, neck and shoulders. Keep your right leg straight, right quad engaged. A deep inhale. Deep exhale. And continue on with your pranayama practice as you enjoy the stretch in your body. And again, do not crush the toilet paper under your left foot. Anytime you're ready with your next outgoing breath, go ahead, lower your hands down to your sides. Turn your head back to the center. Remove your left foot from the toilet paper. Bring your feet forward and just shake your legs. All right, so before we go into Warrior 3, we are going to do a twist. And actually, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me better. So you're going to sit on the edge of your chair seat. You're going to place the toilet paper roll between your thighs and squeeze. So don't place it like this. Place it like this. That way, we know it's not going to get into a pulp like an old banana. So go ahead, come towards the edge of your mat, lengthen through your spine, pressing your sit bones down, keeping your pelvis neutral. Do not tilt your pelvis forward like that. Keep your pelvis down, lengthen through your spine, and then place your left hand on your right knee and place your right hand on in the back of your chair seat. So if you have a dining chair or something which doesn't allow you to scoot your hands under, you can actually try and reach the far side of your chair seat. And then twist deeply towards the right side. So as I'm twisting, one of the basic principles of twist is that the side to which you're twisting, you're probably pushing that side down deeper. So do not do that. Keep your weight evenly balanced on both of your sit bones. Your pelvis is more neutral and you're receiving more of a stretch right here in the organs of your body, stimulating your organs, stimulating your kidneys, stimulating your samana vayu, which is what you need to have good agni in your body. When you have good samana vayu and good agni in your body, then whatever foods you eat, your body absorbs them better. The functioning in each and every cell of the body is better. It's healthier. And twisting poses help with that. Twisting poses help with Jataragni, which is the digestive fire. Anytime you're ready, on your next outgoing breath, go ahead, slowly come back to the center, facing forward. And once again, allow those muscles on the right side of the body, relax. Inhale, Ujjayi. On your next exhale, right hand goes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand goes to the back of the chair or the far end of the chair seat, whatever you can reach. And keeping your pelvis forward, keeping your pelvis neutral, keeping your weight evenly balanced on both of your sit bones. Create a nice deep twist here. Beautiful. And the purpose of having the toilet paper between your knees is not to allow your right knee to go forward or protrude forward. Keeping your knees parallel will help your right sit bone to ground. It will also prevent your left sit bone from moving back. So you feel more of a twist in your torso, in your belly, in your upper back and middle back. Breathe into the pose. Deep inhales, deep exhales, which are hard to do when you are in a twist. Set your intention to increase your digestive fire, to strengthen your core. So all impurities are burnt there. And all nutrition is processed well there. Anytime you're ready with your next outgoing breath, go ahead, untwist, come back to the center, remove the toilet paper from between your knees, bring your feet apart, scoot back towards the back end of the chair seat, and we're going to go into a gentle forward bound. So lower your hands down towards the floor. Let your head hang down. And again, a symmetrical pose is a good complementary balancing pose to every asymmetrical pose. And we need to balance our practice. So when we are done with our practice, we are not feeling depleted. We are feeling balanced. The right and the left side are balanced. The Ida and Pingala are balanced. Anytime you're ready, go ahead and start to lift away from the floor. Come back up. Lovely. So go ahead, come into a standing pose. Have your chair at the end of your mat. And the first pose that we did, which was the forward bend with your hands resting on the chair seat, is what you will be doing again now. So you're going to go into, so watch me here. You're going to go into a forward bend with your hands resting on the chair seat. Now, from here, I'm going to go into warrior 3. So I'm going to lift my right leg up, balancing on my left. So warrior 3 can be very challenging if you have tight hamstrings. So if your knees don't want to straighten, both of them, then try to straighten the bottom leg and keep your left knee bent, but make sure your left knee and left hip are in alignment. Don't do this. Keep your hips level here. So this is option 1, and then you can do the full pose. More power to you. Both feet are flexed and both quads are engaged, and the bottom toes, the toes on your left foot are off the floor. So go ahead and practice with me. Go into a forward bend. Rest your hands strongly on the chair seat. And lift your right leg up. Make sure your right leg is hip height. And if you have to choose between which knee to straighten your bottom leg. Keep your top knee bent. If you can straighten both of your legs, go ahead and straighten both of your legs. Pull both the kneecaps up so you're not endangering your knee joint. If your toes on the bottom foot are off the floor, this gets a little bit more challenging. Your right leg is hip height. And I hope my right leg is hip height. I can't see it. Okay. And then from here, whenever you're ready, go ahead, drop your right foot back to the floor. Come into an extended Ardha Uttanasana, half forward bend. And go ahead, look towards the chair seat, plant your right foot down, and lift your left foot off the floor. And again, each side is different. Maybe you can straighten both legs, no problem, or you can't. So again, straighten your bottom leg, and you can keep your left knee bent. Keep your left knee in alignment with your left hip. Square your pelvis. Don't open your left hip out to the side. So pelvis is level. Both legs are straight. Both quads are engaged. Your left leg is hip height. Toes are pointing down. So your foot is not lazy and relaxed. If you do that, it's harder on your lower back muscles. If your foot is engaged, you give the responsibility of that hanging leg to the leg muscles and don't dump it on your lower back. So sustain that. Both knees are straight. Both quads are engaged. Breathe while you're holding this pose and allow yourself to immerse in the pose. Pay attention to your breath. Deep Ujjayi inhale and a deep Ujjayi exhale. Soften your face. Take the effort of the pose away from your face and jaws. They have done no harm. Anytime you're ready to let go of the pose, go ahead, take your time, slowly coming out of the pose, resting both of your feet on the floor. Go ahead, widen the distance between your feet, pigeon toe your feet, and come into a forward bend. Nice deep forward bend like we did in the beginning, holding on to both sides of the chair seat, giving yourself a nice stretch across your torso and your armpits. You can bend your knees or keep your knees straight based on how your back is feeling right here. Forward bends are very calming for the nervous system. It's really nice to do forward bends at the end of your day. And then from here, go ahead and slowly come out of the pose into a standing pose. And from here, we are going to move onto the floor. So I am going to ask you to come onto the floor and lie down on your back. So have your toilet papers close to you. Lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees. And when you hug your knees, make sure your back is flat on the floor. And then from here, go ahead and extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Now, caution, if you have back fatigue, back pain, back discomfort, or high or low blood pressure, or any other condition that recommends that you don't do this pose, please don't do this pose. Keep one foot on the floor, other leg can go up. Otherwise, both legs go up, both legs are straight, both quads are engaged, and feet are not lazy, they are flexed. So you're reaching your toes towards your shins, and that stretches your hamstring more. And bring your arms to your side if that feels right. If that is too hard, hold on to the edge of your mat. That gives you extra support. And if your chin is pointing towards the sky, go ahead, place a blanket under your head. So your forehead is not tilted back like that. Your forehead is neutral. Your nose is pointing towards your thighs. From here, go ahead and lower your feet down to the floor. You can bend your knees and lower your legs down, or you can bring your legs straight down to the floor. Beautiful. From this pose, I invite you to bring the soles of your feet together and knees apart. So you're in Baddha Konasana or Supta Baddha Konasana with no support at all. So feet are together, knees are apart. You can bring your feet as close to your buttocks as is comfortable for you. Knees go down as far as is comfortable. And at this point, because of the weight of your legs, this might force your middle back to come away from the floor. So I want your middle back on the ground. And if it means that you need to place toilet paper rolls under your knees, go ahead and do that. Bring your arms overhead only if your back is on the ground. Keep your arms here if your back is off the floor already. So bring your arms overhead, grab your elbows, and rest. This is where our Pratyahara practice begins. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Letting all the effort through the asana and pranayama practice be absorbed into the tissues of the body. So we can create the asanas, the ojas. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, relax your arms to your sides, remove the toilet paper rolls from under your knees, bring your knees towards each other. So the last challenge that I want to do is to invite you to lift your legs up, place the toilet paper roll between your feet, and extend your legs up. And then go ahead, pass the toilet paper roll to your hands, and then bring your arms overhead. And then pass the toilet paper roll to your feet. Keep your hands or arms there. Lower your legs down. Now, watch for what is happening in your lower back. If your lower back doesn't like this angle, then stay here. If your lower back is happy all the way down, go ahead and do that. I said all the way down, but you're not going to rest your legs down. It's just a few inches away from the floor. Bring your legs back up, hand it over, bring it over. It's called pass the toilet paper. And let's do a few more of those. And you can do them. You can challenge yourself and do it a little bit faster, as long as your back tomorrow is not going to be upset with you. And this is a great practice to strengthen your core. And bring your legs back up, hold the toilet paper roll, and sustain. So I'm going to let you stay here for a few breaths. Arms can be on your sides or arms can be overhead. Whatever works for you, they can be on the side as well. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor, and we are going to do a supine twist here. So go ahead, lift your buttocks off the floor and then shift them to the right, and then bring your knees into your chest and drop them all the way to the left. Place your left hand on your right knee, lift your right arm up to the ceiling, and then slowly open it out to the side. And if your arm is stuck right here, that's okay. You can stay here. You can support your arm with your handy dandy toilet paper and rest this way if this is hard on your shoulder. But if it is not, then lower your arm down, lower your shoulder blade down, and I invite you to turn your head to the left. And if that feels uncomfortable for your neck, keep your head in the center. You can also turn your head to the right, although that is not always comfortable for most people. So either up towards the ceiling or to the left. Make sure your knees are not down here. Your knees are all the way up here. I want you to hold this pose. Breathe into the right side of your torso. Think of the organs that are receiving a stretch. Your right kidney, your liver. Yeah, let's pay attention to the liver. It does a lot of work. In Ayurveda, the word for liver is yukrit, that which does it. It's really an important organ because it does the thing. What does it do? It turns our nutrients into really the oja. It nourishes all the dhatus, the rasa, rakta, meda, mamsa, majja, asti, and shukra. All 7 dhatus are nourished through whatever is processed by the liver. Right kidney to breathe into your liver. With your next inhale, bring your right arm overhead with the back of your hand touching the ground. And enjoy the stretch you're receiving in your side body, in your armpit. Once again, stimulating your lymphatic system, stimulating the lymph nodes. And then whenever you're ready, bring your right arm back to your side, bring your knees slowly back to the center, take your time, and then shift your buttocks to the midline so your shoulders and your buttocks are in alignment. Hug your knees again. This time I invite you to come into dead bug pose. Some people call it happy baby pose. I just find dead bug to be a very exciting name. So feet are apart and soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. Your shins are vertical and your shoulders are not off the floor. Your shoulders are down. If you can't grab the big toes, you can also grab your shins to send your shoulders down and widen through your upper chest. Remember, your lungs sit absolutely snug and close to your collarbones. So if you congest the top of your chest, which we do when we sit in front of computers and look at our phones all day long, then we are actually already compressing the upper lobe of our lungs. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, release your feet back to the floor. Lift your buttocks off the floor, shift them towards the left side, drop your knees to the right side. Actually, first bring your knees close to your chest, then drop them to the right. Use your right hand, press your right knee down, extend through your left arm. Again, if you need support under the left arm because your left shoulder doesn't like to stretch that way, please place that wonderful prop under your left palm. Then after a few minutes, gravity will allow you to relax more and you might be able to lower it down. Maybe you need to keep your hand here based on where your shoulder is. Left hand can rest on the left rib cage. So you're here, you're receiving a nice stretch here. Check to see which position your head likes. Turn your head to the right. Maybe that feels perfectly comfortable. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling and that feels comfortable. I'm not sure if you want to turn your head to the left. Might be tight. Take deep inhales, deep exhales. It's a very active pose. Paying attention to your left rib cage, breathing into your left kidney. Bringing your awareness to your stomach, to your small intestines. Hoping everything is working well in the stomach, in the small intestines. That is where the food starts the processing. The real cooking happens there. Paying attention to the stretch in your pancreas. Increasing the Agni, not only in the stomach, but also in the pancreas. So each cell can receive the sugar, the energy that it needs to function properly. Just imagine how beautiful body is. Whole body made of tiny, tiny cells. And each cell knows its job. What intelligence. What beauty. Each individual part working towards the health of the whole. I'm so glad I don't have to keep track of what each cell is doing. That'll be terrible. I'm grateful that I don't have to keep track of that. I'm already so busy. Anytime you're ready, go ahead and move your left arm overhead, resting the back of your hand onto the floor if it reaches there. And if it doesn't, you can keep your arm on this side. But if you extend your arm overhead, it just gives you extra stretch in the breast tissue, in the armpit. And once again, working on flexibility of the shoulder and the stretch you receive in your armpit. Choose what position your head would like to be. Turn to the right or stay in the center. Anytime you're ready, go ahead, bring your left arm to your side. Take your time as you move your knees back to the center. And then shift your buttocks in alignment with your shoulders. And let's conclude by hugging our knees. Bring knees close to your chest. Rotate in a circle. Massaging your sacrum on the floor. And then reverse the rotation, going counterclockwise now. Or whatever direction you haven't done yet. And then hug your knees, roll over to your side, come up into a seated position. So we'll do 5 minutes of Shavasana, and then we will begin our practice of pranayama and meditation. So I invite you to bring your chair to the edge of your mat and place your blanket on towards where your head will be. And before you do go into the pose, just go ahead and see how I have rolled the blanket so the top end is kind of in a noodle shape, and then the loose end is away. So noodle is towards the chair. So I am going to sit super close to the chair. My legs go on the outside of the chair. My hips pretty much go under the chair seat. And then I bring the backs of my knees. Back of my knee is touching the edge of the chair seat. My feet, my lower legs are resting on the chair. And then I pull the blanket close to me so my neck is supported by that noodle. And again, head should never be tilted back that way. Head should be parallel. So find a position for your blanket, for your torso that feels just right. This is a great pose to relax your lower back. And I also would like you to part your knees slightly and bring your feet towards each other. So feet are touching, knees are apart, arms go out to the side, palms are facing up. Take a deep inhale and release, let go. If you're wearing glasses, this is a good time to take your glasses off. If you want to turn the lights off in your room, you're welcome to do that. I should have said that sooner. But you can cover your eyes with an eye bag. Relax your arms to your sides. Take deep inhale and deep exhale. Go ahead, open your mouth wide, keep your eyes closed, open your mouth wide, move your bottom jaw from side to side, and then close your mouth. Let your tongue go towards the bottom of your mouth. Relax your palate. Relax your jaws. Relax your cheeks. Allow your eyes to widen. Allow your forehead to expand towards your temples. Let the back of your head sink into the floor. Relax through your shoulders and your throat. Relax your right arm and right hand, left arm and left hand. Take a deep inhale, widening through your upper back and your chest. Exhale fully, deeply. Once again, inhale, opening up your upper back and your chest. And exhale, pulling your belly gently back towards the spine. Relax through your lower back and your buttocks. Relax your pelvis, right leg and right foot. Relax your left leg and left foot. Finally, bring your attention to your breath. Inhale to the count of 6 and exhale to the count of 12. Inhalation is for the sympathetic nervous system. Exhalation is for the parasympathetic nervous system. We'll be here for a few more minutes. Continue to keep your attention on the breath, prolonging your exhalations. Anytime you're ready, go ahead and start to bring your awareness away from your breath to your body. Take a moment to notice how you feel in your body, how you feel in your mind. Remind yourself that this experience has become a part of you. And anytime you need, you can return to the memory of this experience, or you can create that experience for yourself again, removing yourself from whatever challenging place you have been in, and allowing yourself to immerse in this positive, nourishing experience. If you're ready to resume your practice, bring movement back into your body. Bring your knees close to your chest. Roll over to your side. Stay there for a few breaths. And then slowly come up into a seated position. We'll spend a few minutes in doing 3 rounds of Bhramari Pranayama. Bhramari Pranayama is very calming for the nervous system. And it is almost 9 o'clock. And this should lead you right into your end of the day, your Ratri Charya, or nighttime routine. If you know how to do Bhramari Pranayama, go ahead and do 3 rounds of it. If you don't, use your thumbs, press them on the side cartilage on the side of the ear. Press into that cartilage that closes, blocks the sound from outside. Then you're going to place your hands or place your fingers on your eyes. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to make the humming sound. So do only 3 of those. Lower your hands down to your knees. Make a mudra with your thumb, index finger. Rest your hands, the backs of your hands on your knees. And let's just spend a few minutes here focusing on Ajna Chakra or third eye center. You're welcome to practice any form of meditation here. Or you can just connect to the stillness that is in front of you. The inner space, your Chid Akash. Become a witness. Removing yourself from the reality of the senses to your own inner permanent reality. Just a few minutes here. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, bring your palms together at your heart center and let us conclude with one Om chant and 3 repetitions of Shanti. Begin with a deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we all enjoy peace in our bodies, peace in our minds, peace in our emotions, and peace in our spirits. Namaste. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the practice, then please comment. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at universalspirityoga@gmail.com. I have a Facebook page, Universal Spirit Yoga Facebook page, Instagram page, and you're welcome to ask any questions or comments. And then there is the HTGC Yoga page. So feel free, many options here for you to ask a question or send your comments. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe, stay well. Namaste.